say till death do us part to everyone, unknowingly and knowingly. You don't only say it when you're at the altar. Sometimes you say till death do us part to your worries. Sometimes you say till death do us part to your doubts. Sometimes you say till death do us part to all of the hate that is coming your way from irrelevant external people. Sometimes you commit to include that on your journey of self-love and self-acceptance every day. Today is the day to, one, divorce those things and remarry to the new version of you. What's up? It's your girl, EK Erica Knox, and we are here on the next episode of Two Things Can Be True here at Woman of Tomorrow. And I'm so excited to dive into today's topic, y'all. It's going to be so great. We're diving into the delicate dance between grace and grit, and how you can continuously celebrate yourself currently while also striving for continuous growth. Tap into this episode with me. Super excited to continue the conversation. And as you know, two things can be true. So let's get into it. You can equally love yourself in the current season that you're in while also striving for continuous growth. Like, come on, there's a quote that literally says you are allowed to be a masterpiece and also a work in progress. And I think it's so beautiful when I allow myself to accept that as truth, because I think about my favorite people and their journeys and how beautiful it was to see them on a constant journey of evolution. The person that comes to mind is Issa Rae. I love the empire that she has built by way of all of her passions. We've gotten to see her start from the YouTube stage to the awkward phase, all the way to the thriving and multi-million-dollar deal phase. And that to me is incredible. Her self-acceptance of the season that she was in and publishing those beautiful products didn't negate from the fact that she knew the end goal. So two things truly can be true when you think about self-acceptance and self-improvement, when you think about giving yourself grace and grit. So super excited to continue this conversation. So I want to welcome you to a new view of yourself, to see yourself literally as a work of art. Every stroke of the paintbrush is painting a part of your story that is unique, that is beautiful, that is sometimes complex, but it should be valued for every stroke. Because you truly can't have the masterpiece or the work of art without every single stroke of the paintbrush. Every milestone is worthy to be celebrated. I think we focus so much on the end goal and the end desired destination that we forget that this journey of self-improvement has so many milestones to celebrate. So the paintbrush that I don't think are cute are still going to contribute to the end goal of the beautiful work of art of my life. Even the betrayal and even the beauty of the limelight, all of those things work together on the journey. It's really, really beautiful to go through the delicate dance. I talked about the dance of grit and grace and the dance of self-improvement versus self-acceptance. And it reminds me of this one time that I was in a helicopter ride. The helicopter ride was leading to me skydiving. And when I tell y'all, I was so scared. I was so excited, but I was also scared because two things can be true. And on the ride and the journey up, God offered me his view of my life, literally a bird's eye view. When you're on the journey deciding whether or not you're going to reprimand yourself or recharge yourself, take that bird's eye view up top and look at your life at what you actually need. Do you need to be held accountable in this season? Is there something that you've been making a mistake in that area and you need someone, yourself being that person, to check you and to say, come on, girl, I know we can rise above this situation and really hold yourself accountable. Or is this a moment where you need to give yourself your flowers because you've been pushing through the hard things and the hard conversations and facing them head on? So when I took a second to take that bird's eye view, it really allowed me to think about, what do you need in this season? Do you need to be fully accepting of the version of you that you are now? Or do you need to lean into the lens of self-improvement? And that really offered me clarity. I feel like clarity is such a superpower. When you know what you're coming for, you know what the goal is, you have so much clarity and energy behind that thing to go for it. And it was just so beautiful. I was able to look down and see everyone playing and just having a good time. I was able to look back at my life and think about all the beautiful moments that I've had, all the moments that were not so beautiful and fun, and really thinking about how they ended up making this work of art, and also how I needed to show up in the next season. But only you know the season that you're in and what it is that you need in this season. but it's important to be able to identify the difference. There's no better time to recognize that the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. The goal is to continually extend yourself grace, continually exceed your own expectations, continually strive for more, and just to become better and a more fulfilled version of yourself. The goal was never perfection, though. And for all of my former people pleasers, former perfectionists, because we're not even going to claim that anymore, the goal is progress. To look at your life and know that every day you've given it your best. Your best looks different in different seasons, but understanding that I'm going to be in this for the long run. I am going to be in this with me till death do us part. Until the day that I die, I will continually believe that I'm worthy of investment, worthy of striving to become a greater, more polished, more poised, more purposeful version of myself. I'm constantly going to believe that I'm worthy. We say till death do us part to everyone, unknowingly and knowingly. You don't only say it when you're at the altar. Sometimes you say till death do us part to your worries. Sometimes you say till death do us part to your doubts. Sometimes you say till death do us part to all of the hate that is coming your way from irrelevant external people. Sometimes you commit to include that on your journey of self-love and self-acceptance every day. Today is the day to, one, divorce those things and remarry to the new version of you, to the new mindset that you are worthy of growth. You are worthy of falling 6 times and picking yourself up every time with full forgiveness. You're worthy of having a clean slate in the name of being accepting of your journey and of your path and of who you are becoming. And I pray that you continue to feel it on the journey of continuous growth. And one thing about life is going to ebb and flow. Life is going to do what it wants to do, when it wants to do it, no matter how much you plan. And so on your journey of self-improvement, remember to remain grounded and anchored. I think of myself sometimes as a plant and how I can stay grounded in the soil that I'm in. How the soil is literally pulling me in as I'm reaching down for it so that I can remain grounded, so that when the wind blows, all I do is sway. I'm not just taken up off my soil and into another land. Instead, because I'm grounded and really anchored in this space, no matter how much pruning happens of my petals, I'm still able to remain grounded. I'm able to sway when necessary and trust that everything that's happening above the soil is important for the soil. I want to remind you that, some people won't get it. The only validation that I need is from myself and God. That is the only person and the only people I'm going to be reporting to, because only we know why that journey of self-improvement was needed. Only we know why it looks like I'm losing more than I'm gaining, but really I'm gaining more than I'm losing, because I'm losing dead weight and gaining opportunity to grow. The rose is such a beautiful analogy because it has thorns, it gets pruned, but just as much as it can be pruned, you can also have an opportunity to plant new seeds. You're able to shift your soil, change the fertilizer, which just looks like changing your environment, changing the people that are around you, having people around you that will pour into you, that will keep it 100 with you and hold you accountable, but that will also celebrate you when you deserve to be celebrated along the journey. What I've learned on my journey of self-improvement is that, honestly, the higher my self-love barometer, the higher my ability to improve. When I'm able to love myself through the process, oh my God, I literally feel like I break every glass ceiling and literally burst through all of my expectations for myself because I chose to love on me through the process. You have to show up for yourself with true love during the process of self-improvement, because it feels like a job sometimes. It feels like you're building a house, and it could be super tiring. It could be super exhausting, but it can also be super beautiful. It can also free you from the mindset shifts. It can also free you from the mindset barriers that have been placed on you since a child. So as much as it can be exhausting and sometimes messy, that's what I like. I like the idea that I'm not always together and I'm able to love myself through it. My barometer of self-love is at an all-time high because I'm not seeing myself with rosy colored lenses. I'm seeing myself as I actually am. I'm seeing the good and seeing the bad and deciding to love on both. That's power. When you're able to sit in the seat of love, despite disappointment in yourself, despite feeling like you're not all the way there, despite feeling like, oh my God, will I ever get it? Loving on yourself through that, child, that is the most powerful decision you can make, is to say that till death do us part word to yourself and then to live it out. Your ability to love on you and feel the joy even through the process is unmatched. So I want to give you some things practically to do as you're on the journey of grit and grace and self-improvement and self-acceptance. It is time to do an audit of your life as it is right now. And when we step into this audit space, there are no lies. We are being 100% with ourselves. We're being 100% about the environment that we're in, the people that are hindering it, and any ways that we are hindering ourselves so that we can truly get out of our way and grow. So when I think of an audit, I take it down a couple of different notches. I think about my environment. Who are the people that are around you? What is the space doing to cultivate your growth? Is it pouring into you, or is it sucking the life out of you? Or do you feel drained around those people, or do you feel developed and just excited around those people? So really important to think about the environment that you're in. Is it conducive to your growth? Have you hit your cap, or do you feel like you're barely making it and swimming in a big pond as a little fish? Okay? Now, I want you to also think about the friends that you're keeping. Do your friends inspire you? Are your friends inspiring you to dream bigger and to really hold yourself to higher levels of accountability? What are your friends doing in your life to help you improve and stay accountable to the dreams that you've told them? Are we even talking about dreams in our conversations? That's what I want to know. When you assess your friends, you're literally the result of the 5 people that are closest to you. And so it's important to think about, what am I gaining from these people as much as I can give to them? What are the things that we're talking about? How can we join forces together to do something together and really make an impact in that space? And then also, how seen do I feel? And then I also want you to think about your finances. Think about, are you being frugal? Are you being mindful of the things that you're investing in? Those 2 things, in really auditing your environment and your friends or your community that is around you, are 2 best places to start when you're thinking about yourself. Because you are not only just yourself and the body that you're living in, you're also the environment, that soil of the plant, but you're also the friends, the plants that are next to you, the people that are around you that are helping you to achieve your dreams and to feel loved and to feel seen and supported. So I need you to audit those 2 things as you think inwardly. And then I need you to audit yourself. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you being patient with yourself? Are you giving yourself grace? Are you holding yourself back? Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you giving yourself the love that you deserve despite mistakes? Are you holding space for your evolution? Is it a priority on your list? Those are all the questions that I want you to take your journal and actively write about. You can journal them in your book. You can video journal. You can talk to them to your homegirls or your homeboys. But I want you to start that conversation about that internal space that you are holding for yourself and how you can allow that to give you clarity and also the courage to step into that season of self-improvement while also accepting who you currently are. Right now is an opportunity where your capacity is stretching. You're understanding the ebb and the flow between self-improvement and self-acceptance. You're learning how to love on you while also holding yourself to a higher accountability. That is all difficult things to do, but because you are grounded, you are in good soil. Now is the time that you are able to assess all of the existing tools that live within you and how you can use them in new ways. We're moving into a season of grace and grit, of self-improvement and self-acceptance, and really understanding that 2 things can be true, my dear. You are capable of weeding all the murky things that no longer serve you while watering the plant that continues to grow. Both things can happen at the same time concurrently. You can be intentional about your growth, but not judgmental. You can give yourself grace, but also be on the journey of grit and getting on your grind. Both things can be true as you're grounded and you're ebbing and you're flowing through the process of life. And I think that's what makes it beautiful and unique. No 2 journeys are alike. And I wouldn't want my journey to be like anyone's in this world if it meant that I had to be a watered down version of myself. And so I say yes till death do us part with myself on this journey of grace and grit, self-improvement, and self-acceptance. I say yes to that journey. And whatever comes my way on the journey, I'm going to welcome it with love. All of the feedback, all of the mistakes, all of the growth, all of the pushing myself into new seasons, all of it with love. That's the blanket that I'm laying over everything that we just talked about today. So cheers to your new season of grace and grit, self-improvement, and self-acceptance. And I can't wait to see who you become. I mean, this is week 6. We're continuing the conversation, and we're really diving deep into all things, how you can show up for yourself in every season, in every way. There are no limits to how you can love on you. And I think we're just pulling back the layers of what that looks like. Y'all, I want to thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Two Things Can Be True here at Woman of Tomorrow. It's been truly a beautiful blessing to talk with y'all. And I can't wait to see what you journal because, honey, the audit is going to be fruitful. And I can't wait to see what we find, uncover, and then plant together. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you next time.